My name's Steve, and this is my wife, Emily. We've been a part of Front Range since the beginning. We moved to Colorado 9 years ago.
We've been married for almost 14 years, which is crazy. And we have currently 3 girls in our house. Atlee is 5, Revi is 3, and then we have a foster daughter who is almost 2.
After Emily and I got married, we had a different perspective on when was going to be the right time to have kids.
I guess we were married almost 7 years, I think, before we started trying. And we tried for about a year and nothing, so then decided to go down the route of going to an infertility doctor just to see if there was something going on. Basically, they just came up with, we don't have any explanation, there's no reason why. But they did suggest that we could try a procedure. So we did that procedure and got pregnant with twins and miscarried them at 8 weeks.
That was the hardest thing we'd experienced, I think, in life up until that point. Trying to understand, asking all the why questions. We weren't only grieving the loss of the children that we miscarried or being able to have more kids, but we were grieving the loss of dreams that we had, a plan that we had for the way we thought life was going to go. And there was a lot of just being realistic about, this hurts and that's okay, and this isn't what we hoped for, and just sitting in that hurt for a while and having friends that were good enough to just come and, not everything was going to be okay, but not saying it right away and just sitting with us in our grief and letting us hurt and letting us cry and letting us complain and being real about it. When we shared it with our community group, what we were going through, that was, an important step in our grief, an important part of our healing.
You kind of get to a place with grief where you just have to accept that this is the way life is. There's nothing else that we can do about it. We've done everything that we can. We've prayed about it. We've had other people praying for us. We've, just done all the things that we can, and it's not happening. And so clearly this is just a door that God's shutting. But then we were kind of able to move on pretty quickly and try another procedure right after we got over and moved through the miscarriage. And then we got pregnant with Atlee.
Adoption has been a part of Emily and I's conversation since before we even got married. I don't know that we realized how it was going to play out at the time. So we had, dreams and plans about what it might look like. And so the more we looked into it, the more we said, even if we only help one, it's worth doing.
I think we just really felt like deep in our souls that this was like something we were called to, like something we needed to do.
Yeah, I think we knew from the beginning that Revelry is going to be ours because of the way that she came into our care, and it was a long 3 years. But we, kept our faith in God and cried a lot and prayed a lot. And
prayed a lot over her. I think we just, felt all the feels during those 3 years, and through the appeal process after we thought, the adoption was going to go through more quickly, and it just took a really long time in court, and so made the day that we adopted her a whole lot sweeter. I think our journey in foster care and to adoption with Revi has shown me just how God redeems. He just redeems brokenness, right? Like we had this brokenness in our life because of infertility and miscarriage and wanting a bigger family and just not knowing how that was going to pan out and wanting to adopt and feeling like we even waited a really long time in the foster care system to be placed with children to come into our home. And, she has a lot of loss too. She lost the ability to grow up with her biological family, and yet God steps in and he redeems. He brings a beautiful story and weaves a beautiful story together. And, I put her to bed at night and, I love you, Rev, good night. And I love you too, Mommy. And just like the fact that in her world, in her mind, I am 1000% her mom. And when she says that to me, it's like, adopted or not, it doesn't matter. I'm her mom and she's my daughter, and that's it.